Hello, and welcome back to Mom Live. We are coming to you with a series that we've been working on for the entire month of September, entitled Self-Love September, where we're just taking on topics about self-love. We started out with mental health. We then went to healthy nutrition, and now we're looking at healthy self-image. So if you are someone who is in the mompreneur community, you are a mom entrepreneur who is trying to do all the things, you are raising a family and running your business at the same time, then you are in the right place. Welcome to Mom Live. I am Rashida Green, the founder and CEO of Mompreneur HQ, where we help moms start, grow, and scale home-based virtual businesses so they can build the life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. We do that through community, courses, and coaching. I am so glad to have with me on today one of my dear friends who is going to talk to us today about a healthy self-image and what does that look like, and how we as mompreneurs can make sure that we add that to our daily routine. Now, if you see me looking at my notes, that's today, but that's because I have to read a bio for Miss Tamika. And Tamika is a wife, mother, mentor, life coach, and entrepreneur. She was born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina, and currently lives here in Charlotte. She believes that every woman is uniquely qualified with a purposeful gifting from God and designed by God. And she owns Living Only on Purpose, LLC, which is her platform to mentor and uplift women. She also owns a custom apparel line, and through her business, which is called Loop Custom Apparel, which is also curated to promote female empowerment and feminine positivity. Tamika has a passion to help women embrace confidence and feel assured holistically, body, mind, and soul. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome our special guest on today, Miss Tamika Baker.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, welcome to the Mompreneur community.
Thank you for having me. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for this platform. So needed.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get started. You were born in Charleston, South Carolina, and currently reside in Charlotte. So what brought you to Charlotte?
Well, it was 2014, so I was just still fresh out of college, and I couldn't find a job. So my sister had moved here, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna move here too. And so we moved here, and it's been all she wrote. What's kept me here is I met my husband about a year later, and so I've been here ever since.
Awesome. Okay. So you have a husband here, and I know you have a son. Tell us a little bit more
I
about your
do.
family.
I've been married for 12 years. We have an 8-year-old son. We also have a daughter. She's in college. She's 18. I call her my wedding present, but she came with my marriage, right?
Mhm.
So I don't like to use the word step, but yeah, baby girl's in college now, and so now we got the 8-year-old here running our lives.
I know about that. I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old, and yeah, we used to do birthday parties together and everything. So
Yes.
I know how that goes with these little children running out of time, our schedules, keeping
Mhm.
us busy as if we got like we're hired help, you know. So I totally get that. Um, so we talked about where you're from, how you got to Charlotte, and we
Mhm.
talked about your family life. Now, how about a little business? So you actually are a mom, wife, entrepreneur. You do all of the things, including ministry leader. So how how did Loop Apparel even have time to creep up on your plate?
Well, living only on purpose came first. That was always going to be my life coaching platform. But um, in the midst of that, I had a desire to, it's about 2016. I was noticing a lot of people wearing T-shirts and having these like little subliminal messages, skull, bones, and all the things that I'm like, well, you know what? There's not enough positivity that I see on these shirts. You can really evangelize through T-shirts. And at the time, we were part of marriage ministry. And I was like, you know what? We need some wives T-shirts. They kind of promote this whole basketball wives and what's the other ones? Real Housewives of Atlanta and all this stuff, but they not really wives. And I was like, you know what? We need some positive wife representation. And so I created like 2 designs and had them made, designed, and had them printed. And I really enjoyed that. I had two wife tees. One was Real Housewives of Proverbs 31. Another one was I Respect My Hubby, which you had both, both tees. And those really kicked off. And then I had a friend ask me to make some T-shirts for a girls trip. And that's actually how Luke Custom Apparel birthed, because I realized that I could do this myself. I was actually contracting out to other vendors to have these printed, and that was just like a whole lot of work. And I designed and made some T-shirts for my friend's trip, and that just kind of like, you know what, girl, you can do this for yourself. You can make your own shirts. Mm-hmm. And so that spun into, and I was actually pretty good at making, printing the shirts myself. And so then I started offering that to customers, and then built my website where now I can offer, I custom design travel bags and have earrings, accessories, frames. And so I'm continuing to try to add to my online store. So
that is awesome. So I didn't even know that I was part of the founders crew, the original crew.
You were.
When I bought more lives of Proverbs 31. And when I tell you, when I wore that shirt, people be like, what? Housewives of who? And then those who knew what it was like, yo, that's what's up. I like that. Where you get that shirt from? And so, yeah. And that was, again, just another type of representation, something that you saw was missing out there in the world, and you decided to step in and fill that gap. So when you said there were bones and these other misrepresentations, we brought you all here because we wanted to talk to you specifically about healthy self-image. So here's the platform, and I'd like you to just help us with that. Like, what is a healthy self-image? How can we incorporate a healthy and positive self-image, things like that, to help our community be able to make sure that we're staying on the positive side of things?
Right. Well, let's talk about what self-confidence is. Textbook definition is that self-confidence is a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and even judgment. That's deep. The trust in one's own abilities and judgment and qualities. And so when you think about it in that aspect, like, what do I trust about myself? What do I trust that I do well? What do I trust that that I bring to the table? What are my assets, right? Because sometimes we think our self-image is just our appearance, but no, I think that you should work from the inside out, right? Yeah. And so, what do I feel about myself? What do I feel that I do well? Like, you go on a job interview, they want to know what are your strengths and your weaknesses, and or if you're on a job, they're trying to develop your weaknesses. But I believe you probably should start with, my weaknesses are going to be my weaknesses. That's just part of my flaws because we're imperfect, right? But why don't we develop our strengths? Why don't we focus more on developing our strengths? And I think that gaining a positive self-image starts with, what do I do well? And so once you figure out what you do well, then start moving in lanes that continue to foster and develop that self, the things that you do extremely well. Those are the things that you are gonna bless people with. Those are the things that are gonna be tied to your purpose and your destiny, right? And then the second part of that is not to ignore the things that you don't do well, or the things that you may not like as a good quality, but acknowledge the things you do well and embrace your flaws. Embrace your imperfections,
Mm.
right? It's not about it's not about getting rid of it. It's kind of, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, we got these little rolls, or my eye might lean to the side a little bit. You know what? It kind of is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Sis, put it together. You know what I mean? Like, hey, everybody can't have, beautiful skin. Everybody can't have, a size slim two waist, even though you close though. Hmm.
Oh, no. No, ma'am.
But but
Ma'am.
but but that's what makes us unique, right? Everybody, if God didn't make everybody the same,
Right. That's
He
right.
didn't make everybody look alike. Even twins have some variation of difference, right? And so I think that once we acknowledge the fact that I'm imperfect, we're all imperfect. I'm going to embrace the things that I can't change. Some things you can't change. You can't change sometimes the hips your mama gave you. They just come with the territory, right?
Right.
Um,
Right.
but there are some things that you can't necessarily change, or they could change. The question is, do you want to put the work in to change it? Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
We all want to lose weight. We all want lose a few pounds here and there. But sis, for real, we gotta ask ourselves: are you really willing to put that work in to get what you think you want to have? And then when you get there, are you gonna appreciate it?
Mm.
Hmm? Because
Yeah.
you didn't appreciate it when you had the old body. You know what I mean? And so I think that, we got to start there. Start with what you're good
Right.
at. When we don't give ourselves enough credit, we don't give enough kudos and pats on our backs, of the things that we have already accomplished and we're already succeeding in.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Not giving ourselves enough credit, enough pats on the back. And I think that's because of the way society has us built.
Mhm.
Because once you reach one goal, now you're trying to reach the next goal. You don't even appreciate the fact that you achieved that thing, because these milestones are lined up for you to keep achieving the next thing, the next thing. And then you kind of just you go with the motions,
Yeah.
you go to the next thing because you've accomplished that. You that's check, done. Okay, next. And you don't get the chance to sit in and really just be blessed by the moment, be
Enjoy.
the present,
Yes.
be in the presence, and in the present, and acknowledge those things. So yeah, I think definitely what you're saying as far as confidence and starting with your strengths, because that can definitely be a uplifter when you start thinking about all the good things and all the things you have already accomplished and start. That's perspective, definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, if you line up all your strengths, I line up all my strengths, something in there is going to be unique to you and not unique to me,
Hmm.
right? And that's how you build partnerships. That's how you should be, choosing your spouse, choosing your mate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need people around you, even your friends.
Balance you
You know,
out.
I'm all about. I told I had a little gathering with some of my close friends, and I was talking about, with friendships, you should stack your team. Your friendship should be. You should look at it like a basketball team. Like, I don't know all the basketball jargon and
Mm-hmm.
all the players, but I know you need a forward, you need a power forward, which you need a center. Stack your team. Five good people. Even if it ain't five, it can be three, it can be two.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing you're doing is bring people into your circle that doesn't do things as well as you do, but y'all can keep giving to each other. I'm strong in one area, they're strong in another. And guess what? You start to glean from each other
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
keep feeding each other. You know, iron sharpens iron. And so you got to be very, very protective of your circle as well, because you got to have a circle that's going to be speaking into you.
That's right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, because one, I don't know if it's a proverb or not, but when they say that if you're the smartest person in the room, then you need a new set of friends. Um, that you should have, your circle should be of people who are going to sharpen your iron,
Mm-hmm.
not just sitting there and say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Just no, I need somebody that's going to challenge me, that's going to
Mm-hmm.
call me out on my stuff,
That's
and
right.
who's, hold me accountable and help move me forward, not just, amen, and then clapping your hands and,
Mm-hmm.
just clapping your hands, and then something go wrong on the sideline. You talk, oh, see,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's
Or the friends that you know you shouldn't have worn that outfit, and they still talking about, girl, you did that, girl. No, I didn't. Stop it. Stop it. You know I didn't.
after
Don't
you
do
see
that.
the pictures though, because you thought you was,
Right.
because
After you see the picture.
tell you nothing. They ain't tell you that when you was in it, right? They just gonna let you go outside, have your good time at the party, and then come back and you see the pictures, and you like, oh my, y'all let me walk out like that? They like, I thought you
Girl,
knew.
you could have told me my wig had slipped back.
No, but you could have helped me out. You did not.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So keep your circle tight.
Keep your circle tight. And keep it right. Keep it um like I said, keep it with people. Like my rule of thumb is have people who are at your level, one or two people at your level, have one or two people who are maybe above your level. And I say above your level, I'm talking they're achieving things that you're striving to achieve. If you're trying to buy a house, you can make sure you got people who bought a couple houses. They got property all over. Okay. Um, then you need to have one or two people um that are maybe below your level. Like they are people who are striving to get you so that you can give back, so that you now have some sort of mentee relationship. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so that those things that you bring to the table can bless them. And then the circle keeps going. Let's think about it. If you keep doing that, oh man, you see how powerful our sisterhood can be?
Mhm. Because you keep lifting each other up.
There you go. There
Mhm.
you go. We keep lifting each other up. And so self-care definitely, self-confidence, um, healthy self-image, start with internally. And then not only that, if you've had a negative self-image, um, go there with why that is. Is it from your childhood? Because I tell you, man, like our generation of parents didn't know how to talk to us, huh?
Mm, 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 mm.
Huh?
Right.
Girl, listen. So there's some things that might have been said to you as a child that you gotta come over. Um,
Mhm.
just this whole natural hair craze, honey. Listen, if you have gone natural, you have already started the self-work, okay, of a positive self-image. Huh? Because going natural is not for the faint of heart, okay? First of all, just talking back in our generation, like how many of us have been told our hair was nappy, it's peasy? I'm from Charleston, so we had stuff called peasy,
Easy.
okay?
Yeah. Easy. Mhm.
Peasy, nappy, these all these negative terms about our hair, and really it was just curly. They didn't
And
understand
yeah.
the natural hair pattern that we had. But we can go all the way back to slavery and all that. I was told that we didn't get all those terms ourselves. Okay, but now that we know
Mhm.
to try to embrace your natural hair, something that naturally grows out of your scalp, is a huge feat and
Mhm.
should be commended. So if you're natural and you still have a negative self image, go back. Go back to when you decided to go natural and you embrace that. That's one of those pat yourself on the back.
Okay.
that you need to acknowledge, like, man, I did that. You know what? I'm beautiful. I'm strong. You know what? I can do this.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I like that. That's right. Go back to those times, remember, and then acknowledge that you
Yeah.
did that
Yeah.
and pat
And
yourself on the back.
pat yourself on the back. Write it down if you have to. Sometimes you gotta keep a book of encouragements. What was the gospel song? Encourage yourself.
Yes, what it is. That's what it says. Hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Start there. We gotta say positive things to ourselves. Another thing is, what do you think of yourself when you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
Mm.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you happen to catch you trying to grab your keys right quick and walking out the door, and that mirror for that's there for decoration, you catch a glance of yourself
Like,
right
do you
quick.
say, "Ooh, girl, you cute," or you be like, "Oh, that oh, this
Right.
hair,
Oh, no,
no,
wait.
oh,
Mhm.
eyebrow. I know I put that them lashes on lopsided." Do we go straight for the negative, or do we
Exactly.
acknowledge the positive?
Exactly. And even when you catch yourself doing that, at some point find peace in I'm okay though. That's all right. That's not my norm. Whatever. Come follow it back up with something positive. But girl, you about to go out here and buy this new car. Oh girl, you know what? You did that. You got about four, 5 sales today. You know what I mean? Like follow it up with something good, something positive. I got 4 healthy kids. Something. Something to follow it up with something
Yeah.
positive, good that's going on in your life, because otherwise, I mean, you're just going to keep perpetuating the same negative cycle of telling yourself you're not good enough, or telling yourself you can't do something, or telling yourself that you're not worthy.
Now go there, go there. Talk about the mindset of someone who has to, um, or how they can improve their mindset, or talk about the rabbit hole that we go into when we don't
Mm.
address our mindset issues surrounding self-image.
And so, self image is, I want to say that it's taught, but I kind of feel like it's not. I feel like you have to teach yourself um, to be positive. If you're not naturally a positive person, um, then you're probably going to highlight a lot of your flaws naturally, right? And it does take, and especially if you've grown up in a household where um, there wasn't a whole lot of positive communication, positive um, speaking going on in your
Mm,
household, and that's probably majority of African American households. You know what I mean? Um, but one thing you probably first want to start with is, what is the reason? What is the root of that negative self-image that you have? Was it because you've been told something when you were younger? Is it because you've been in a bad relationship? Maybe you've been in an abusive relationship at some point. If that's the case, then we definitely need to get on the couch. We can't be afraid to get on the couch to talk through um, some of these situations first. The next thing is, like I said, surrounding yourself with positive people, surrounding yourself with people who are um, living a lifestyle that you admire and that you want to have for yourself. The next thing is, what positive affirmations are you surrounding that you see visually? Um, what are we watching? What are we seeing day to day, huh? That will give you a positive image of yourself. Because if you're looking at social media, honey, hmm, um, there's just so much that are we're bombarded by society and what people feel is beautiful, even what people feel is success.
mhm.
Success is not even something that success is even, I would say, is based on what you think it is. It's not about what the world says it is.
Others, right. Mm-hmm.
Right. You know what I mean? And so I think putting in perspective of how I feel about myself versus how someone else feels about me, and making sure that I'm separating the two. You got to start with how you feel, not what other people feel of you. And if I feel I'm beautiful, then guess what? You will be. Confidence, self-confidence is infectious. It really is. Try surrounding yourself around people who are like, girl, you look good too, girl, you look good. Like it, you can't help but to feel good. Like
Yeah.
it's because you're being poured into. It's because um, you're being loved on. You're that's energy. That's positive energy, and it is almost like endorphins, and so you want to foster that on a regular basis. And especially as moms, oh my goodness, as a mom, how many times has it been that your child's not doing what they're supposed to do? Or they did something that you was trying to, raise them in a way that they should know better. How many times do we walk away? We throw the baby out with the bathwater. We walk away feeling like we terrible moms.
Mm.
What? Girl, you done got them. They 10 years old now. They was healthy, and just because they, fell out the tree and broke their arm, you a terrible mom now. Like, no,
Right.
no, you can't throw it all out the window. No.
That is so true. That is so true. And I'm glad you touched on that also, because of the simple fact that in this mompreneur community, we do have some challenges, and sometimes we take a blow to our self-image, whether that
Mhm.
be from interactions in the soup, the blowout in the in the supermarket, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I know. Listen, y'all, I taught them better at home, but you take a blow sometimes when things
Mhm.
like that happen. But I am so glad that you are here to share with us. Oh my gosh, there seems like it just feels like there needs to be a part 2 or something to this, because we covered so much. And I know that as we are winding down on time, I am so grateful that you were able to join us today and share with us these tips and encouragement. And I really do hope that anyone who is watching, that you were able to get some very valuable information and some feedback that you can use for yourself. I mean, look at those affirmations, look at your circle, look from within. And she mentioned, at some point you may need to go get on the couch. And we talked about that with our first session, mental health, that therapy is okay. So, we just love that you were here to join us today. But before we wrap up, Tamika, I have this little thing that I call Mama's Jam. And we want to know, what is Mama's Jam? What is it that you love? Like when your favorite song come on, you be like, oh, that's my jam, right? Well, we have just 3 quick questions that we want to ask you, and you just, rapid fire answer. And so we get to know a little bit about you and what's your jam. So,
Okay.
coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Beach or safari?
Beach.
Okay, now flight or cruise?
Well, considering I've never been on a cruise, I say flight.
Oh, really? We might have to
I
change
know.
that.
I know. I'm trying, but because of COVID.
Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand. All right. Well, thank you so much in sharing in our fun little activity. We are going to get ready to wrap up. So if you were with us live, I hope that you put in hashtag live. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. And make sure you put in your comments. What did you like about today's show? Let Tamika know that she was on point. She was walking down your street. She was just stepping on your toes. All right. Let's get some comments in the comment field so that we make sure that our guests feel welcome at the Mompreneur HQ. And if you, actually, I think, Tamika, did you bring something with you today for our community?
I did.
All
If
right.
you go to my website, www.lukecustomerapparel.com, and you use promo code MOM21, you will get 10% off your order. Good
Oh,
for the rest of the week.
good to win.
To the rest of the week, to Sunday.
Yes. Okay, y'all. So I already told y'all I got these t-shirts, and so I got like all the t-shirts, and she has some other beautiful items. You see the glasses, the eyeglass frame she had on, that red is popping, the bangle earrings. She got some other earrings as well. The custom bag. She told you all about it. So go check her out on www.loopcustomapparel.com. She got you a special promo code just for this group, y'all. So go ahead and shop with Tamika and Loop Custom Apparel. And as we said before, if I can be of service to you as a business coach, feel free to reach out to me at www.themompreneurhq.com/clarity-call so that we can talk about your business needs, and how I can help you, and if we're a good fit to work together. All right. Thank you once again for joining us in the Mompreneur HQ. Until next time.